Okay, friend, this is why your relationships are going to work in 2026. Hey, I'm Aubrey, your relationship coach, and welcome to Healthy Relationships All 2026 and for the rest of your life. These are the reasons that your relationships are going to succeed in 2026. Because you learned from the past. Now, the past exists for a reason. It isn't just something that you experience and you keep in your memory. We are supposed to take what happened from before and learn to make better choices going forward. I need you to reflect on what went wrong in those relationships and when it started so we don't carry that going into our 2026 relationship. And I say relationship because it's going to be your last. If we are not learning from our past, then we are bound to repeat it in our future. We have to learn when something isn't safe for us. We have to learn when behaviors are flags. We have to learn to not ignore those flags if we're wanting to make a change in our relationships going forward. The first reason why your relationships are going to work this year is because you have learned from your past. The second reason why your relationships are going to work in 2026, because you know what to look for. And if you don't, here's a reminder. We are focused on compatibility this year, not attraction, not chemistry, compatibility. All right. And if you don't know how to assess compatibility, here's how you're going to do it. You have to make sure that communication is up to par in the new relationship. That means your needs are being met communicatively. Their needs are being met communicatively. Communication's healthy. You can be honest and open without fear of judgment or resentment. Communication has to be key. So we are looking for that in 2026. Good communication, no exceptions. This year, we're learning to ask the right questions. So I encourage you to ask them about their family. Talk to them about their upbringing, their parents, their mom, their dad, their relationship with their mom, their dad. Were they raised by their grandparents? Were they raised in the city? Were they raised in the suburbs? What kind of values did they get growing up? What kind of household were you raised in? Understanding somebody's family dynamics will help you get a really good gist of who that person is and potentially how they see their family values. Also, when you're talking about family, be sure to ask them about how they see their family in the future. Do they want family? Do they have kids? Do they see themselves being married? Do they want to adopt children? Have the family conversation early on this year because we don't want to fall in love with somebody and then find out that we're not on the same page as it pertains to the kind of family that you want to build. Check in with this person's faith and spirituality. While it might be minor, you might be dating somebody that's heavily into spirituality and it might not align with how you see it. There may be different faiths involved, which could be great if you don't expect your partner to share the same faith, but you would love a partner that highlights faith as a priority in their life. Emotional support. You have to assess for emotional support when you're dating this year, okay? Because if somebody is not meeting your needs emotionally, there is no reason for you to continue on in this relationship. There is no reason to continue to get to know someone if they're not validating your emotions. If you're not feeling seen or heard or respected in this relationship, even if it's the first 90 days. Emotional support is huge because you want to make sure that you're in a relationship with somebody who has the capacity to understand emotion. If you're having a bad day, you probably want a partner that's going to be there emotionally and want to understand your bad day and how to make it better. Or you want to be in a relationship where you feel safe enough to be able to express your emotions. So emotional support is a non-negotiable this year and going forward. I always say that health and wellness is one of the top things to assess for because you want to make sure that the person that you're getting to know, the person that you're wanting to form a relationship with, has some sort of healthy foundation in their world. Health and wellness also goes into recreational use, drinking, substance use. What is their vibe and does it align with your vibe or how activity plays a role in you guys' lifestyle? So if you're a fitness person and you enjoy being active, do you want somebody who's also fit or enjoys being active? You should probably assess for that early on in the relationship. So health and wellness, we look for those in our relationships in 2026. Lifestyle. Just because you two don't come from the same lifestyle doesn't mean you can't build or work towards one together if you guys are working towards the same lifestyle. Let's say one person is a slower paced, suburban, quiet city lifestyle person and the other needs fun, excitement, thrilling, the bustling of a city that never sleeps. Your future and the lifestyle of your future depends on your individual goals for lifestyle. So don't overlook lifestyle, and no, don't run into conversations about 50-50 and you wanting somebody that makes 6 figures and all the little things that go in between. No, What lifestyle are you working towards? What lifestyle are they working towards? And does it make sense for the both of you two to work towards a lifestyle together? We are not doing nonchalant, we're not doing avoidant relationships in 2026. We're just not doing that. We want partners that are intimate with us, partners that can have healthy intimacy in a relationship, and not just sexual compatibility. Having sexual compatibility is great, but we want to make sure that we can be vulnerable with this person, that touch feels good with this person, that closeness feels good with this person, how it feels to be vulnerable and raw with someone. How does it feel to be open and just yourself? That level of intimacy is what you should be checking for this year in your relationships in 2026. The third reason why your relationships are going to work this year, you are now protective of your heart. And that means boundaries and standards. Reflect on the past relationships that you've had and set realistic standards for the kind of person that should be in your life. Someone who's good to your heart, someone who listens to you, someone who is reliable, someone who is dependable, someone who's honest, someone who's loyal. The real qualifications that matter to a healthy long-term relationship. And that is why your relationships are going to work all of 2026 and going forward, like forever. The reason your relationships are going to work this year is because you have learned from the past. You now know what to look for, and you are protecting your heart. You have your boundaries and you have set your standards. My name is Aubrey, your relationship coach, and I will see you on the next video.